If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you, here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out.
Need no money count, I think I count a little faster. For my paper and roll bands, I like to count money backwards. When you talking to the boss, you need to mind your manners. When you talking to a boss, you need to mind your business. I go Louis V, Chanel pair with a mirror jean. I'm a real player, nigga, heard you playing gangster. I'm a real boss, nigga, heard these niggas fakers. I know growers that's Korean, shout out to my agents. I be ballin' in LA like I play for the Lakers.
Hey, nobody got this. 1-1 Carhartt, Army fatigue. Next time, come get the money from me. LBG in the building, nigga. This what 2026 don't look like. No, nigga. LBG 4E shit, nigga. Hey, light it up, nigga. Yeah, all that niggas cracking out. Y'all niggas cracking out. Come on. Let me see how you used to play football. Hey, boy, that shit to you must have played football. Hey, right, what's up,
Boy, look at BigXThePlug on my metal glass. They shooting. Man, they tripping, bro.
What the fuck? That was me on the floor.
What?
Outside? Well, how can we get out? Can we go through the back door?
Blood everywhere, bro.
That's why I stay my ass in the crib on New Year's. I don't go out to the clubs. I don't go to the strip clubs. I'm not going to no bars. I'm not going to no parties or anything like that. If I'm doing any type of partying, any type of gathering, it's going to be with my family and close friends. Not strangers. You cannot party with strangers. And I'm going to tell you why you can't. Because people that you don't know don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about your well-being or nothing. And not only that though, when you go to a place, I don't care where it is, and there's strangers there, man, you on the plate. You putting yourself in a position to be robbed. You putting yourself in a position to get into a fight. You putting yourself in a position to be killed. When you go to these strip clubs and stuff like that, come on, ain't nothing out there but lions, tigers, and bears. Demons. You see what I'm saying? That's what's out there at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning at these strip clubs. Normal people don't do that. And so here it is, this young brother done lost his life. And he was on the rise. So before I go any farther, I want to say rest in peace to the brother, ZeeTheWizard, and condolences to his family. And anybody that, you know, if you pray, you know, anything like that, you know, pray for his family, pray for strength, pray for understanding. You know, because man, I mean, it's very unfortunate. This man right here was on the rise. And he can rap. And he was getting money. And then somebody took his life. Now, the reports that are out is murky, right? because you got some people saying that he's an innocent bystander. Somebody else got into an altercation, and then they got to fighting, and then they got to shooting, and then he just caught a straight bullet. But then there's other people that are saying that he got into an altercation, and he got to tussling and fighting and stuff like that, and then people got to shooting, and he ended up getting shot in the head and died. Cold-blooded demonstration. Either way it go, it doesn't matter. This brother right here done lost his life for something that's probably about nothing. You see what I'm saying? Probably about nothing. And here it is now, this brother right here, BigXThePlug, I mean, he's a rising star. Not rising star, he on the top right now. And now his artist is dead. His friend is dead. You see? And did y'all hear it in his voice when he was walking out the club, the strip club, and he was telling his other homeboy, hey man, they just saying Z got shot in the head. And if you listen close, you hear his other homie say, was that him laying on the ground? You see what I'm saying? Come on, like, this is what I don't understand. Why do people go to these places? I can see if you doing a walkthrough and they paying you $50,000 to go to these type of clubs and all that old type of stuff. You got to get your money. I understand that right there. But I'm just talking about regular people that are not getting paid to be there. People that are going there to spend their money. And then also spending your money, now your life on the line. You got to worry about catching a stray bullet. You got to worry about somebody trying to rob you. You got to worry about being shot and killed and stuff like that. Going to these strip clubs, these bars, and these nights. No, I'm not going to no after sets and all that old type of stuff. No. Listen, as long as I've been living, as long as I've been in the gangbang lifestyle, that was like a no-no for me. Like, it's like I felt like I was lacking if I ever went to a club or a strip club or something like that. No, I just, because of stuff like this. This is the new year, y'all. And this brother right here done lost his life. He got kids. I believe he got a woman. No, he got a mother and a father. Now they got to bury this boy. Come on now, it shouldn't be like that. But it is like that. So I need all the hood educated residents. I need all the guests. Look, when you think about going to these strip clubs and these bars and stuff like that, go with precaution. Understand that, okay, I'm finna go to this bar right here. My life could be on the line. I can possibly get shot. I can possibly catch a stray bullet. Somebody can get intoxicated and start a beef with me. You see, all these things are possible. And you know, the other thing that is possible, that you can have a good time and leave and be happy, meet you a girl, something like that. You can have a good time. But there's too many precautions that, look, the gamble is unbalanced. Good time, getting shot, getting killed, getting beat up, getting into an altercation, like all the things that can go wrong is not even out. I can't do it. And I would advise y'all not to do it. The only way I can see myself going to some type of strip club or some type of bar, something like that, is that we done bought the whole thing out and it's just me and my family and my friends. That's it. Then we can go kick it. But if strange people can come in, I can't be around that because I don't know who's into it. I don't know when these boys are going to pull out their guns and start shooting people and I can catch one of them bullets and stuff like that. No, come on. Man, come on. And then not only that, I'm talking about this boy right here was making money and put himself in a position like that and then end up losing his life. His last Instagram post is this right here. Check it out.
Hey, nigga, what the fuck going on? Nigga, LBG in the building, nigga. This what 2026 gonna look like. No, nigga. LBG 4E shit, nigga. You did. Hey, light it up, nigga. Yeah, all that niggas cracking out. Y'all niggas cracking out. Come on. Let me see how you used to play football, nigga. Ain't going that shit to you about to play football. Hey, right, what's up,
Happy New Year, man.
You see what I'm saying? This man right here, I mean, you could have, in a million years, he wouldn't have thought that, okay, I'm finna make this Instagram post, and then after this, I'm finna get shot in the head, I'm gonna be dead. I'm gonna say, this is my last Happy New Year's. I'm finna die tonight. He wouldn't have never thought that. Everything is going well. He get on Instagram, hey, Happy New Year's, y'all. And now he gone. Cold-blooded demonstration. From my understanding, there are no suspects. I mean, there are suspects, but nobody has been arrested. They don't have any clues as to who did it and why they did it and all that old type of stuff. Everything is in the air. It was an altercation with somebody else. It was an altercation with him. So all that's still up in the air. But I'm sure probably as you know, the investigation carries on, we gonna get the information. We gonna find out what really happened to this brother. But a lot of the time in places like Dallas and stuff like that, look, you don't find out what happened. They really don't care about the murders and stuff like that. They just be like, okay, another one, pack it up. We ain't finna, use all our resources investigating this murder. But again, he is a rapper, so that right there might put a little fire up under their ass and then make them go do a little bit more homework. But talking about his demonstration, look, it went up in Texas. All in Houston. I'm talking about 9 people got shot in Houston. A mass shooting. And not only that, 2 people died. And these are shootings all over Texas for the new year. Check it out.
Houston police say 5 people were shot at a New Year's Eve party in the 3rd Ward last night. Officers say they were called to a short-term rental at Live Oak and Elgin. This is just before 12:30 this morning. When they arrived, they found a woman who had been shot multiple times and a man who'd been hit once. They later found one person with a graze wound and 2 others just showed up at the hospital on their own. At least 2 of the victims are now listed in critical condition. A witness to this shooting says more than 100 people were at the party when they noticed the fireworks turned into gunfire. A very scary situation.
Basically, we just like chopping it up, eating. All of a sudden, we hear pow, pow, pow. I'm like, hold on, let me duck, drop, and roll. Like, what? Hold on, man, say.
Now, the police are telling us witnesses at the scene are not cooperating, so the police are trying to figure out what actually led to this shooting.
Good morning and Happy New Year, everyone. It was not so much of a happy occasion here at this Airbnb here at the corner of Elgin and Live Oak Street and Houston's 3rd Ward. You can see the aftermath of what's left here as people went scattering as multiple gunshots rang out from this Airbnb. We're told that there were over 100 people that were gathered here for some sort of New Year's Eve party, and just after midnight, multiple shots were fired. 5 people were shot here. It doesn't sound like any of the injuries that they suffered are life-threatening, but we were told that all of them were transported to area hospitals to be treated for their injuries. And, Houston police, when they arrived on scene, they say that they tried to speak with witnesses, but everyone started scattering and took off running, and no one wanted to give any sort of information as to what happened, which is making it very challenging to narrow down a suspect or suspects involved in this shooting. So Houston police are asking anyone with information that could lead to an arrest in this case or lead to information about the people who are responsible for this shooting to call the Houston Police Department or Crime Stoppers.
Now look, before I proceed, I got to say something, y'all. Now, we live our life however we want to live our life. But that witness there, the one that was talking to the reporter, hey, listen, if you take that demonstration right there to the crib, you better do some real examination. You see, I'm talking about you better be touching, feeling, and making sure that this person right here was, born a woman and stuff like that. Because look, that energy right there was just too manly for me. But here it is. It's dark. You in these Airbnb parties. It's 100 of y'all out there. You've been drinking and smoking and all type of other stuff. You see what I'm saying? And you got somebody like that talking about, hey, let's go to the crib, and hey, hold on, wait a minute. No, you see, y'all got to be careful, man. You never know what you running into nowadays. I'm telling you, you got to be real careful. Now, look, people live their life however they want to live their life. But with me, when you got people, well, I'm not going to say that person, but when you do have people trying to mimic something that they're not, that's tricknology. You tricking people. You know what I'm saying? You tricking people. And so hey, all right, look, let me get to the story. Let me leave that person alone. Y'all, hey, look, y'all got to excuse hood educated. On a lighter note, Happy New Year's to all the hood educated residents and guests. Y'all, look, it's a new year. One thing that I would like to tell y'all, because a lot of people, they come up with all these New Year resolutions and stuff like that. Allow me to say this right here. If you have any New Year resolutions, what that means is you have to change your habits. You got to change your program. Okay? Understand something. If you got a New Year resolution, you got to change your habits. You got to change your program. You got to change your thinking. You got to change everything in order to get to that resolution, right? Now, if you continue on living the way that you've been living it, and you're not changing your habits, you're not changing your mannerisms, you're not changing your behavior, nothing like that, then listen, this new year is just the same year as the last year. You see what I'm saying? Because you're going to continue to do the same things. So if you have any New Year resolutions, getting healthy, losing weight, stop smoking, stop drinking, whatever the case may be, you got to change up here. You got to change what you're doing. And one thing that I would like to tell y'all, I'm going to give y'all this and then we're going to get into everything that else done happened. When you trying to change, every time you get up in the morning, I want you to write 3 things down that you're trying to do. Not 5, not 10, not 20. That's too much. 3 is enough. If you can do 2, do 2. But 3 is enough. You write those things down that you need to do. And in that day, you do those things. I don't care however long it take you, but you do those 3 things. And if you continue to do that, what you are doing is you are moving forward. This is motion, right? Because every time you do those 3 little steps every day, you're moving forward. This is motion. You see what I'm saying? So do it like that. And before you know it, everything that you want to do will be getting done because you're taking those 3 steps every day. Now, look, I don't know what the hell done happened in Texas. I don't know if they put something in the water or what the hell going on, but they just started shooting people everywhere. And then one of the shootings, they said that this man right here, a 43-year-old man, got found shot and stabbed in front of his apartment complex. You mean to tell me they was able to get up on this man, stab him, and shoot him in front of his complex? And he was found by his girlfriend. His girlfriend came and found him. Ain't nobody heard no shots. Ain't nobody heard him yell. Ain't nobody heard nothing. But she found him. And so they doing their investigation on that. And I got to be 100. That sounds funny. How the hell you get shot in an apartment complex? Ain't nobody heard no shooting. You get stabbed. You ain't yelling or nothing like that. Ain't nobody heard nothing. You see what I'm saying? That right there sound real funny, but they doing their investigation. It's gonna come out. And then in another incident down there, a brother pulls up in a parking lot somewhere, and as he's pulling up, somebody get into the car with him. They get to chopping it up. They get into an altercation. The person that he gets into an altercation with shoots him in his car, gets out the car. Then another person runs up to his car, get up in the car and take some out the car, and then they leave, leaving him in the car dead. Cold-blooded demonstration going down there in Texas. And this is the new year. The year is just beginning. Listen, y'all. We got to start being real safe around. I don't care where you at. We got to just start being safe. And not only that about being safe, though, we just got to start making better choices. Listen, if you going somewhere and there's chances of you being harmed more than there chances of you leaving in your body peacefully, then you don't need to be going to those type of places. Call me paranoid, schizophrenic, whatever you want. I don't play that type of stuff. I don't like bars, strip clubs, none of that type of stuff. It ain't never been my thing. But you still got brothers that participate in that. And you still got brothers dying for participating in that. You got brothers getting shot for participating in that. You got brothers getting robbed for participating in that. And you would think that at some point we'll sit back and say, wait a minute, hold on. Everybody gets shot over there. Everybody get robbed over there. Stabbed, beat. Nah, hell no, I ain't. Why would I go over there and put my life at risk? No, we got to stop putting our life at risk. You see what I'm saying? We got to stop doing that. We got to start thinking for a change and realize, hey, nah, wait a minute. My life is valuable. I'm lovable. Somebody depends on me every day, every night. My wife depends on me. My children depend on me. I can't be putting my life on the line just to go kick it. Listen, there's been numerous times where the brothers will be like, hey, check this out. Hey, we finna go do this. Hey, come and do that. And I let them know straight up. I say, look, brother, no disrespect and nothing like that. But I don't get down like that, brother. I love you, happy birthday or happy whatever it is going on. But I don't like being around strangers. I don't. Now, like I say, if it's a private gathering with people that I associate with and people that I kick it with, then, hey, we can go do this. But if I'm going to a place with one of my friends or one of my family members and they inviting all type of strangers and shit, count me out. I'm leaving. Soon as I see strangers coming in, as soon as somebody's voice get loud, hey, come on, baby, put your stuff on, we got to go. Just like that. I'm not finna sit and watch and see what's finna happen like a lot of nosy people do. I'm not finna do none of that. As soon as I hear a voice get loud or somebody say anything, that's my exit. We gotta understand something. I'm talking about like us classic peoples. We gotta start teaching our young people new things. And what I mean by that is this right here, y'all. This is a new year. And new year really means like new beginnings. Anything that is new is like, it's fresh, right? So 2026 is a new beginning. The new year shouldn't bring in people being shot, stabbed, beat, and laying in the hospital. No, the new year shouldn't be about that. We shouldn't be hearing, police cars and sirens and fire department and first responders and all that old type of stuff. This is the new year. This is a celebration, right? This is not something that we need to be dreading. We shouldn't be thinking like, damn, man, 2026, man, I lost my homeboy. No. 2026, man, I had got shot 5 times. No, man, this is a new year. These are new beginnings. Fresh beginnings. Fruitful beginnings. It shouldn't be no madness, chaos, no misery, none of that in the new beginning. So that's why when these new years come about, listen, no, we starting fresh. We doing something different, something new. We're not going to no bars and no clubs and all that old type of shit. We're not going to no after sets or none of that. We surround ourselves around like-minded people that love us and we love them. That's the new beginning. New thoughts. Man, what are we going to do? How are we going to accumulate some money? How are we going to save some money for the kids? What am I going to do about my health? You see what I'm saying? How I'm going to lose this weight? You see what I'm saying? Like new things, fresh things. Not bullet wounds and blood and you know, stab wounds and no. That's not a new thing that you want to bring the new year in. But look, this is what happens in New Year's. And being that we know this though, we know it, but we still fall for it. Something wrong up here. Something wrong up here. We understand what the new year brings a lot of the times, and we still go participate. It ain't gonna happen to me. I'm straight. I'm covered in the blood and all this. It ain't gonna happen to me. I'm straight. I ain't got to worry about nothing. I'll walk by this. I'll walk by. Alright? Keep on playing. Everybody that got killed on New Year's, everybody that got shot on New Year's, stabbed and beat on New Year's, they didn't think it would happen to them. Because if they did, they would have never went to those parties. They never would have went to those bars, those Airbnbs, or none of that type of stuff. Had they known, wait a minute, going to this party, I'm going to lose my life. They wouldn't have went. But we get to thinking in our mind, it ain't going to happen to me. Listen, it can happen to you. And you got to understand that. And you got to realize that. And you got to accept that. Hey, listen, man, I'm putting myself at risk. Do I want to risk, you know what I'm saying, my life just to be around some people that I don't know? And listen to some loud music and see some beautiful girls and all that old type of stuff that don't mean me no good? Everybody out the club got a help wanted sign on their head. Look, I just want to use somebody. That's it. Everybody in that club, that strip bar, wherever, after set, I want to use some. Everybody in there, the women in there, they want to use you for something. The men in there, they want to use you for something. The DJ want to use you for something. The drug dealer want to use you for something. You see what I'm saying? And then you got the killers in there. They just mad at everybody. They just want to kill. They just waiting on somebody to even look at them strange so they can kill. You gotta understand that everybody is in there playing their part. And you the only one in there thinking that, hey, this is a good place to be. Nice girls, got some liquor, smoke that mountain lion kush, hoping I can take one of these women home, make some of that love lotion. Yeah, them your plans. And don't go like that all the time. How many times you done been out and don't go home with nothing? Man, leave that alone. Stop playing. You're not gonna find your wife there. Women, you're not gonna find your husband there, because everybody there is trying to get over somebody. Everybody there is trying to use somebody for something. Your husband ain't in the club. Your wife is not there neither, brothers. Go to the library or something, you know, go to the laundromat or something like that. Get on the bus, do something else. Quit trying to find your wife or your husband there, because they are not there. It ain't nothing but broken hearts in that whole demonstration. Everybody broken. I don't care how beautiful they look. I don't care how many diamond necklaces these guys got on. They broken. And you sitting up there with them, you broken too. This is hood educated, not lame related. Peace and love, and y'all take care of yourself out there. If I said anything that caused you to think, hit Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you're feeling generous, please make a small donation to the channel. Peace and love.